Looking for podcasts that will transform your 2025? Podcasts have been one of my biggest inspiration this year. They have not only entertained me, but also taught me valuable lessons on business, productivity, and personal growth. If you're new here, hello, I'm Ariel, an IT enthusiast, an aspiring YouTuber, and author of business and technology newsletter. On this channel, I share ideas about business, technology, and personal growth. Let's dive right into those amazing podcasts that inspire me. The first on the list is the All In podcast, hosted by Chamath Palihapitiya, David Sachs, David Friedberg, and Jason Calacanis. They are serial entrepreneurs and venture capital investors. So I really like the lingo there. I learn a lot from their perspective, how tech industry in particular is run. They have some takes on politics. If they discuss it, that's fine. If they invite guests, I usually skip. That might not be relevant so much for a global audience. But I enjoy Science Corners probably the most, at least on tech and science. Takes from David Friedberg are the best. Check it out. That's weekly. That's been my go-to listening for anything news related and business tech related for about 2 years now. So really I'm gonna be sticking with it for years to come if they just keep running it. Next up is Deep Dive with Ali Abdaal. Ali's long form conversations touch on topics like productivity, health, and entrepreneurship. Ali used to be a doctor. He's now a YouTuber with millions and millions of subscribers and also revenue that he shares within his main channel. But his deep dive guests are also great source of information, always research backed, and sharing actionable items on the topics I mentioned. I really enjoyed the episode on dopamine and managing motivation throughout the day and avoiding common pitfalls. I really suggest you watch that one. And also great episode on procrastination, among many others, with actionable insights, how to manage your emotions, which is avoiding fear and stress, which procrastination is. I didn't know it before I watched the episode. After watching it, I even read the book from his guest. Link is down in the description below. Feel free to check it out. If I ever run a review of the book, it's gonna be linked somewhere here as well. Stephen Bartlett's The Diary of a CEO is all about entrepreneurship, development. He's a great entrepreneur. He used to be part of the Dragon's Den series, so he's really accomplished person. And he really focuses on getting his podcast better and better with many amazing guests. Sometimes there is a bit of a woo stuff, so yeah, feel free to skip if you want those. But many of the episodes resonate with me on a deep level. So they're both teaching experiences, so you can learn a lot, and they're also very inspirational. So check this podcast out. A Bit of Optimism with Simon Sinek is fourth on the list. You may know Simon from his famous TED Talk, Start With Why. He also talked a lot about finite versus infinite games and the mindset we should all have when dealing with anything in life in general. Those two things, those two concepts are really profound, and one should really familiarize with those if you haven't yet. But the thing I like Simon the most about is his take on people skills and the way he approaches active listening and building relationships and talking with people. It really resonates with me on a deep level. So I highly recommend anything and everything that Simon has ever written or said, but his podcast in particular. And then number 5, which is a bit of a bonus podcast because it's not business or tech oriented. This is the Dr. John Delony Show from the Ramsey Solutions. Dr. John Delony is amazing psychologist. He's not sure if he's a therapist or not, but he's taking live calls from people sharing their issues and he troubleshoots them real time. He's really amazing in that. After probably hundreds of hours of listening to him, I sometimes know what he's gonna say, and that's great because I can really apply it in my real life situations. It's mainly relationships, dealing with trauma, dealing with other people, and understanding your psychology. That's definitely helpful also in business, because business in general is all about people. So I really recommend. It's gonna benefit you also in your personal life, but definitely also from a professional perspective. So the Dr. John Delony Show has helped me profoundly, has changed some of the decisions. I would have taken different decisions in some of my personal challenges I had this year if not for the Dr. John Delony Show. So really recommend that one. These 5 podcasts have taught me a lot and inspired me so much, and I hope they will do the same to you in 2025. Leave your comment down below if that's the case, and also share your favorite podcast. I will check those out, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from you.